You've probably been trying to get rich for a while now. You've been hopping from one business to another, but no luck. Actually sit down and have an objective approach to this. Is it the business model that has made me not to make money? Is it the business model's fault? Or is it my fault or my approach to this business model? Because the truth is, no matter the business model a winner decides to take or decides to approach, he's going to win at it. Some of you are disappointed. I'm not telling you the exact business model. Oh, do this, hold your hand, do one thing or the other. Some of you are disappointed. I'm not telling you. But the truth is that any business model that you approach with a winner's mindset will inevitably work for you. What this video is going to attempt to do anyway is going to attempt to instill in you or to turn you into the person that deserves to make money online, that deserves to be rich in his 20s. Because the truth is that many of you don't even deserve to be rich in your 20s, and that's the truth. So in this video, I'm going to highlight the things that might be holding you back from being the winner that deserves to make money online. So the first thing stopping you from being rich in your 20s is your diet. I know you didn't expect that, right? You are expecting one financial thing, but the truth is that many of you eat like losers, and that's why you're not winning like winners. It's not even just about what you eat, it's about when you eat. Don't just describe the scenario, and this is most of you. You wake up first thing in the morning, and the first thing that you do is eat. Why are you eating the first thing in the morning? You have done nothing. You don't deserve to eat early in the morning. You have not achieved anything. And the first thing you go to do is reward yourself. For what? Even what you eat is another thing. You wake up, the first thing that you do is eat, which is wrong. But it's not like you eat anything healthy. You eat all this sugar-packed nonsense like cereal, cornflakes, tea, all these things that I know it's not just me. By the time you eat those things, you kind of feel kind of foggy in your brain. You kind of feel even kind of tired that you even want to go back and sleep again. I know it's not me. It's not just me. I know also you guys feel the same way as well. So why are you trying to handicap yourself the first thing in the morning? Instead of going to do that thing that you know is important, you go and you eat. Not just eat, you eat rubbish. Do you see why you are not a winner? Do you think winners are eating the first thing in the morning? Think about this. You wake up and you eat first thing in the morning, you eat all this rubbish first thing in the morning, and you go out to compete in the game of life. You compete with the person that has not eaten, that is hungry. Who do you think will win? In the game of life, physically, financially, otherwise, who have eaten is in one lane, and somebody else who has not eaten, who is hungry. Who do you think is going to win in the game of life, basically? There were times that you were hungry and you wanted to achieve something. Nothing ever stopped you from achieving that thing. You are just focused on that thing. Somebody that is driven like that and is hungry, and somebody that's eating food and is satisfied and is even kind of foggy in his brain, is even kind of tired. Who do you think is going to win in anything? Even if you are stronger than somebody that is hungry, you understand? That person is going to beat you because he wants to win more than you want to win. I'm not going to talk about diets. You know the right things you're meant to be eating, and you know the things you're supposed to be eating and the things you're not supposed to be eating. Those things that you are eating that you know that those things are wrong for you. Sugar, for example. You know you're not supposed to be taking those drinks. You understand? And you feel bad when you do take those things. Those sweet things, those cakes, those things that you think are like self-care. You know those things that you're not supposed to be taking. I'm not going to tell you what they are. And maybe in your mind now, you've already known what they are. That maybe when you take them, you are not sharp enough to pursue those things you're supposed to be pursuing. You understand? I'm not going to tell you what they are. And if you refuse to admit them to yourself, you can continue to stay a loser. I just want you to try to optimize your diet. Just try and have a good diet. Eat the things that you know are supposed to, not all these bullshit processed things. Just eat things that are natural. That if your great grandfather, what your great grandfather ate when he was alive, when all these all these processed things were not around when he was there, when he was alive. Those things that he would eat then, eat those things. Those things that have only one ingredient, potato, rice, fruits and vegetables. Things that you know that are healthy for you, that have no adverse effects. You know those things. This is not a channel that's going to tell you about what you eat. You know the things in your mind. You know what those things are. Just take a week and change your diet. Remove all those bullshit from whatever how your diet is right now, and you just see the difference. Your diet directly affects your mind. Your mind is dull as a result of the food that you're putting in. People say that, okay, all food is energy. All food is not energy. Some foods are there to, enliven you, make you sharper, and some food are just there to dull. Like when you eat the food, you become even more tired. You understand? Not all food is food. Some food are there to sharpen your mind. You know what these foods are. You know. You know. If you don't know what these foods are, you can always find them out. You can always find out what they are. What are the things that are making you not to feel sharp as possible? I feel like deep inside your heart, you know what those foods are. You know the kind of foods that when you eat it, you want to go back to sleep. You want to take a nap like immediately after. But food is for energy, right? Food is not for maybe you eat food and you go back to sleep. What is that? Food are things that are supposed to give you energy. You understand? But most of us, we eat like losers and we sleep when the winners are working, and we now come and be like, oh, why am I not winning? Food is for your minds to become sharper as well as your body to grow. You understand? People think that like food is just for entertainment or enjoyment, or food is fuel for your body and your mind. And if you eat the kind of food that dulls your mind, don't be surprised that you don't win. Because the people that are winning are eating the food and eating the time that is optimized for them to win. Everything in their life is optimized for them to win. Let's move on. Second thing that's holding you back from being a millionaire or being rich in your 20s is your mind. As I just said, your mind is what you need. Your mind is the tool that you need, you understand, in this modern day and age to make millions. That is your tool now. Before it was your sword or your weapon, you understand, whatever it is that you used to fight. But now your mind is your weapon and your mind is dull. Your mind is not sharp. You do not think, or at least you don't think about the right things. The truth is that if you want to be rich or if you want to be wealthy, real wealth though, I'm not talking about comfortable. If you want to be comfortable, simple, go to school, graduate all right with a 2-2 or a 2-1 and get a job anywhere and you'll be comfortable. Or not even comfortable like that. The level of comfort is reducing every year. So the next 10 years, I'm sure you cannot be comfortable working a 9-to-5 job, at least in an entry-level position. But that's a side tangent. If you want to be really wealthy and escape the 9-to-5 trap, and you want to become like, financially free, basically, free to go wherever, do whatever, have whatever, you have to be a bit creative. And creativity comes from the mind. Without your mind, you cannot be creative. That's God's gift to humans. We have a mind that can think, imagine things, and bring them to fruition. You understand? You have the mind to think in a way that other species cannot think. So this God-given gift to you, you are not using it. You are dulling it with all these content you're watching online. You understand? You don't sit and think of how to push your life forward in a creative way, because you have to be creative nowadays. You have to spot a hole or a gap in the market and go and fill that gap. That's creativity. Things that occupy the average young person's mind is all these contents they watch. One funny video, one celebrity gossip nonsense, one new internet trend. You understand? Your mind is always going to be thinking about something. You understand? But you have trained it to think of things that are insignificant, to your purpose or to pushing you forward. That's what back in the day. What was the average human being thinking about? Where's my next meal going to come from? How am I going to rise in the ranks of like the hierarchy I find myself in? My village, my clan members, how am I going to become, valued among them? How do I hunt this next prey? That's what was in the mind of the human back then. But now it's one funny video you watched on TikTok. You understand? Your mind is not on the things that are supposed to push you forward. Your mind is something that has been given to you from birth to help you elevate and become that person God has destined you to be. But you are not using it for the purpose for which it was intended. And it's like a blade that you don't sharpen. It's rusting. It's decaying. It's not sharp. It's just something that was supposed to be a sharp piece of metal that used to cut through life and cut your way to success. Now it's like a blunt, rusted piece of metal. But you can sharpen your brain. You can use this, no matter how bad your brain is, and it is bad, trust me, you have low attention span. You cannot even focus. You cannot read a book straight. If they give you a book to read now, you'll be reading one sentence over and over again because your brain is not strong enough or is not focused enough to pay attention to that book and read it straight throughout. You cannot read a full paragraph without reading it multiple times. I know that's how people are nowadays. You are used to this constant scroll, constant, new thing. Everybody's fighting for your attention and you are giving it to them. Your mind is messed up. A winner does not have the same mind that you have. A winner's mind is laser focused on what he wants to do. If they were to give you a task to do now, sit down here, do this task for 1 hour. You cannot do that. You would sit down, do it for 2 minutes, get bored, go on TikTok for 5 minutes, catch yourself, oh, I need to walk, come back, do the work for like 30 seconds, start thinking of one random bullshit of the video you just finished watching. Thinking of, oh, I need to text this girl back, or there's so many things that your mind is not in one place. Your mind is messed up. Winners don't have mind like that. A winner can focus on something for hours straight without getting tired. Those are the people that you are competing with. Your TikTok brain versus their own hyper-focused brain. While you're here consuming this content, consuming the things that are destroying your brain, you know what the winners are doing? They are creating the content. That content that you're watching, it's the winners that are making it. The winners are not on TikTok. They're not watching TikTok, but they're making content for TikTok shop. The winners are not watching YouTube, at least not the way you're watching it. They're making content for YouTube. In this day and age, creators get rewarded, consumers get destroyed. It may not be anything now. You may not see it as anything significant. You understand? Come back 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You have been watching TikTok straight 5 years. There's no achievement for that. You've watched content. Good. You have benefited other people's businesses. What about your own business? That person you have been watching his content. Oh, I'm a big fan of X. I'm a big fan of this person. You have watched his content for 5 years. Do you know how much views? How much he has made more money from you than you realize. The winners are creating. The losers are watching. Now that you know what the winners are doing, which is creating, the winners are creating, the losers are consuming, I advise you to get on the right side of that equation immediately. I've told you the problem. I've told you that your mind needs work. Your mind is kind of messed up due to all this content I have been watching. I'm just going to give you a little advice. A little advice. You can take my advice. You can leave it. I advise you to adopt a meditation practice because you've been watching content for all this while, for all this period. Your mind is messed up. You understand? But I advise you to go and adopt a meditation practice because, in my own opinion, that is the fastest way to fix your brain. I used an analogy of like comparing your brain to like a piece of iron that you have left to rust and decay over all this period of time. Meditation is the fastest process that I've seen that can sharpen your mind again, apart from improving your diet. If you improve your diet and meditate, I give you 2 weeks, your mind will go back to factory reset. Your mind will be like how it was when you were a child. You understand? Your mind is so messed up right now. Take 2 weeks, fix your diet, improve, and adopt a meditation practice. I'm not going to tell you about how to meditate. It's something you have to. People are looking for people that hold their hands. You are not paying me any money. So why would I teach you how to meditate? I'm just telling you what you can do. Use your hand. Go on the internet, look for how to meditate. I'm not going to tell you how to do that. Go and learn how to meditate, improve your diet, and in 2 weeks, I assure you, guaranteed, if you are steadfast with it, if you are zealous about that, your mind is going to go back to factory reset, and then and only then can you win. You understand? Because the people that you are competing with are no idiots. Their brain is okay. Their brain is laser focused. You understand? That is the only time you can win. I made a video about, do you really deserve to make money? By the time you fix your brain, fix your diet, by 2 weeks, you know what I'm talking about. You start looking at life differently. You start feeling different. Motivation comes out from nowhere. You understand? I know you shouldn't depend on motivation. You should be disciplined. But by the time you fix your diet and you are a more calmer, less reactive person as a result of the meditation, motivation just comes out from nowhere. You understand? So go do these things. Let's move on to the next step. The third thing holding you back from being rich in your 20s is you are not making content. Look at anybody that is making any significant amount of money now is making content. You think they're making content for fun? Content, I've said it before, content is the new gold rush. And if you're not making content, you are slacking, but you are watching somebody else's content. In fact, some of you even make content, but you make it for free. You make content, you post it on your WhatsApp status. Nobody's paying you for that. Maybe some of you take pictures, take videos, post on your Instagram. Nobody's paying you for that. You're already making content, so why don't you monetize that? Why don't you make content in a way that you benefit from it? You understand? I've told you the best way, the quickest way somebody can be rich now in 2025 is by selling products online, selling digital products. Because I know most of you are like young people, and making digital products is the lowest barrier for entry. You understand? If you want to sell a product, a physical product, you have to buy the product. Most of you can't do that. You are broke, and like some of you. But the thing is that you have information. You have something in your brain. You have an experience. If you don't have information in your brain, you can go and find information on the internet. You can sell information. That's what digital product is, or digital products are. You are selling information. You understand? So the best way to get rich online now in 2025 is to sell information in form of digital products, ebooks, video courses, even memberships online. You understand? So that's the easiest way to make money. And how do you market these things? Is by making content about the things that you're selling and giving value so somebody buys your product. I made a full course on how to grow on YouTube, and where I basically hold your hands and tell you exactly what to do to grow your account from 0 to 1,000 subscribers and thousands of views. I created a channel about animation in the past. And that is why I feel like I'm in a position to teach you how to do it. So if you're interested in learning how to grow your channel, because YouTube is the best place to sell digital products, in my opinion. If you are interested in that, the link will be in the description where I can like go into detail and show you exactly how to grow on YouTube, get a following, get monetized, and start selling your digital products. Link is in the description. So that's basically all I had to say. In summary, we talked about the things that are holding you back from getting rich and becoming financially free young in your 20s, because the point of not of this video is not to tell you that you become rich in the future. There are people that are rich now and you can do it now. You don't have to wait. People are telling you have to wait and be patient and this one. That's not true. You can be a millionaire now. You just have to give yourself a few months of doing the right things consistently. What do we say? We say the things that are holding you back are: number one, your diet; number two, your mind. These things often go hand in hand. If you have a bad diet, you probably have a bad mind. If you have a bad mind, you probably have a bad diet. You see what I'm talking about? So if you fix your diet, you are going to end up fixing your mind. Trust me, when you start eating clean, you will see the wonders of how your mind becomes more active, more sharp. You think better, you think faster. You understand? And when you start to, as I said, adopt a meditation practice, you see how your diet becomes cleaner because you're more mindful. I don't want to eat something that will fuck up my system. You understand? And the last thing is that you are not making content. This is something that is easily fixable. You understand? But you can't do this. You can't do all these things. You can't make content. At least you can't make good content without fixing your mind. All these things go hand in hand. You can fix all of them at once. So I also told you about how I have a course where I teach people how to grow on YouTube. You can look at that if you're interested. Link is in the description. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Subscribe if you want to, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.